Today's video is part of the Homeschool Show and Tell, hosted by Jessica at the Waldock Way and Abby at Rooted in Rest. And today's topic is getting to know the teacher. Hi everyone, welcome. I am Mary Wilson, homeschooling mom of 4, and today I'm going to be answering 10 questions so that you can get to know me and this channel on YouTube. The first 5 questions, I'm just going to introduce myself, then tell you how many years I've homeschooled, describe my homeschool style, my favorite subject to teach, and my absolute necessary homeschool tools. The next 5 questions will be what inspires me, whether I'm an early bird or night owl, what is my favorite teacher treat, and do I plan and prep or go with the flow? And something I enjoy outside of being a homeschooling parent. So let's go ahead and dig in. First, a little introduction. Hello, I'm Mary Wilson. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. My oldest actually starts her first real job. Tomorrow morning. She has graduated college with a degree in recreational therapy, and she begins working at a hospital tomorrow morning for her first day of work. My 19-year-old daughter is at community college. She is in her second year there, and she will graduate with her AA in May. My son is 17. He is a senior in high school, and my youngest is a sophomore in high school. He is 15, and everyone was homeschooled the entire way, with the exception of my second child, my daughter, who is now 19. She actually did try public school for a few days at the start of her high school career, but ended up coming back home. All right, how many years have I homeschooled? This is my 17th year homeschooling, because like I said, they were homeschooled all the way through. So my oldest was in kindergarten, I started, and she is now starting a job, but I am still going. I have 3 years left. Do I have a homeschool style? I think my style is best described as eclectic. When my kids were little, we did a lot of unit studies. We did a lot of Charlotte Mason's philosophies with narration and copy work. And that probably I held on to for a long time. But as they have gotten older in high school, school has become a lot more of a checklist, just kind of making it through their day. They're taking a lot of outside classes. So at this point, the style looks a little more like traditional school. Math class, biology class, English class, Spanish online, and we're kind of checking things off. I still try to have some time that we've gathered together to watch current events, and I've still held on to teaching history, though even that has become a little more of a checklist for them this year as per their request. So it would have been very different if I was talking when my kids were younger, but now that they are older, we are checking the boxes because they really want school to be finished so they can get into the things that they love about their day, which homeschooling allows them to do. So school can just be something they're getting done, and then diving into basketball or computer science or some of the other things that they love to do, cosplay, that kind of stuff. What is my favorite subject to teach? When they were little, it was English. And that probably would be still if we had not found an amazing high school English teacher in the local area. But I loved organizing their English. I loved discussing books with them. So now that they have gotten older, I have taken my love of book discussions and I teach online throughout school. But for my kids, the one subject I held on to the longest, interestingly enough, was history, which I would have told you was not my favorite subject when I was in school. And I never would have predicted it being a subject I love. And like I said, this year it's turned more into a checklist. But last year we did a big literature study for history still in high school. And I have held on to that to still be reading with them and discussing with them. This year, it seems I have finally let a lot of that go. Which, by the way, interesting fact, I was a math teacher. So I do like teaching math, and I'm really good through geometry. And then I fall off. Not so fun once they get to algebra 2. If I could choose only three homeschool tools, what would they be? Well, again, this is going to be a very different answer than when I had little kids. One thing that has remained the same through homeschool is a library card. Yes, I purchase a lot of the books that I'm reading with kids in my online book clubs now, but I still am at the library every week. I just finished making a reading list for my senior in high school, and I will be grabbing most of those books from the library. I think there's only one I grabbed on Amazon because we'll be reading little essays from it all year long. Um, that is The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. So the first tool, library card, without a doubt. Second would be Amazon Prime. Does that count as a tool? Because I'm definitely always ordering books, supplies, things that we need, and I love that the fact that they're here the next day. And then my third tool would probably be the laptops, because at this point with high schoolers and college students, everyone has their laptop, and really I can't think of functioning in our homeschool without them. So that is probably the third tool that has been a big one for me. Also going to pop in and add that I think one of the important tools I would add, I know I'm only supposed to choose three, but that goes with the laptop is a laptop backpack for the kids. Important tool. Getting to dual enrollment classes, getting to classes outside the house, and keeping it safe. That has become kind of a necessity in our homeschool for people to have. What inspires me as a teacher? Honestly, at this point in my homeschooling career, probably my kids. I mean, you do this thing through the early years and you're researching all these philosophies and you're trying things and you're hoping it works. And now you get to the end and they are becoming in high school. You're really seeing who they are emerging to be, their gifts, their abilities, their interests. And that's what inspires me at this point is that I'm helping them prioritize those things, make space for those things, figure out a path in life that incorporates those things. So from art and design and cosplay for my second child to math, my son's talking to me about how easy a semester is, and he's taking Calc 1 at the college, and just helping him find these careers that maybe he'll love. We were talking today about what he might take. My youngest, who loves basketball, and we're finding ways for him to, get extra playtime, get some one-on-one coaching, fitting that into that schedule. And that's what I love about homeschooling for them is it's not, when they were little, it was all about the style of education I could offer them. And I still do some of that, but at this point, it's also everything else they can access because they have more time. And that's what inspires me. That's what I love seeing is who they're becoming, the things that they love, the things that shock and surprise me. I just love it. I truly, that is what inspires me at this point. Early bird or night owl? Up until the age of 40, I would have told you night owl, hands down, no problem. Then something happened when I turned 40 and I started waking up in the 7 o'clock hour, which doesn't make me an early bird, but I also find myself in bed usually at 10. In general, I am more of a night owl than I am an early bird. Like if I had to squeeze a workout in, I would rather do it at 9 p.m. at night than at 7 a.m. in the morning. I will have more energy. So my energy still tends toward night, but there are no more, it's very rare that I pull a night, at midnight or later anymore. Okay. What is my favorite teacher treat? Well, that's an easy one if you know me. It is tea. So I thought I'd show you two of my favorite teas. These you can get at Target, Harney and Sons. This one is my favorite decaf. I get it. You can get it caffeinated or decaf. It is vanilla, and I love it in the evening because it is decaf. And this hot cinnamon sunset, my favorite, especially with fall here. And you will typically see me walking around the house with one of my husband's mugs. My husband is a potter, so I have a ton of homemade pottery mugs in my cabinet. So I am typically walking around. It's almost one of my necessary tools. And then, of course, teacher needs chocolate. So in my fridge, you will always find these dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. I just keep them in the fridge and then I can pop one out. And I'm pretty good about just popping out one for a little treat after lunch or at some point during the day for me. Do I prep and plan or go with the flow? A little of both and always have been. I love a good plan. I love to kind of see some of the goals. Like for history right now for my students, for my two boys, I've planned through the end of October, like some general plans. I gave us like a break week in there just in case we need to catch up. But if something comes up, and that was true when they were little too, I am very quick to jump on a rabbit trail, to go have an experience, to read something that wasn't in the original plan. I'm very quick to do that sort of thing. And what is something I enjoy outside of being a homeschool parent? Well, I'm going to give you two. One that is related to my homeschooling, and that is my teaching book clubs on Outschool. I keep pointing to this list of books because these are for my 8 to 10-year-old book clubs, my middle school book clubs, and my 14 to 15-year-old book clubs. Discovering Outschool online and teaching there has just been such a joy. And I do see that as something outside of being a homeschool parent, but it is my homeschool parenting that led me there. So I love that connection, and I can continue to just discuss books with kids, which I love doing, and now with other people's kids and help them in their homeschools. But the second thing that I discovered about 18 months ago, and actually because of Jessica Waldock from the Waldock Way, is I began weightlifting. And I have loved it. And that is something I really enjoy and try to prioritize several times a week in my schedule, and kind of figure out when that is going to fit in. And that has been a really great addition to my health and just feeling strong, feeling good. So that is something I really love outside of being a homeschooling parent. All right, everyone, this was so much fun. I look forward to seeing some of the other videos. Make sure you head over. I think Abby of Rooted at Rest hosting the playlist, so I will link to all that below. And Jessica, be sure to check out her introductory video too. And I'm so glad they're doing this again this year. You can get to know lots of other homeschool YouTube accounts by checking those out. All right, thanks so much. It's been great.